Guru Rauff Hakeem එතුමා You have 10 minutes.
Thank you.
35 plus.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I am thankful to my two young cabinet colleagues, Dayasiri Jayasekara and Chandima Veerakkodi, for bringing these two pieces of legislation in order to regularize some matters connected with, on the one hand, the Sugathadasa International Sports Track and Field Complex, on the other hand, the famous Ceylon German Technical Training Institute. Firstly, I would like to deal with the Sugathadasa International Sports Complex. This is one of those important assets that had been established during the period of late President Ranasinghe Premadasa. Over a period of time, this massive sports complex have run into virtual decay, and it is time that we renovate some of the facilities. Especially, I must say, next to, I think I dare say, next to cricket, Mr. Deputy Speaker, since you are our President of the President of Sri Lanka Cricket, next to cricket, if Sri Lanka had got some recognition in the international field, it is in track and field, at least at the regional level. I am glad that the minister, both ministers have said that at the provincial level that they must set up similar facilities. But the Sugathadasa International Track and Field Complex, we find that what is important is to have, if we are to host an international track and field event or even a regional track and field event, the hotel facilities are not enough. They have a hotel for sportsmen which can only house 175 sports people. I am told that there is an attempt to acquire a land belonging to the UDA, which is in the extent of about 3/4 acre, to build a 500-room hotel by the side of the this sports complex, the Sugathadasa National Sports Complex. I hope that the minister would expedite the work relating to the new sports hotel that must come up expeditiously if this sports complex is to be properly in a position to host an international event. It is time that we bring international sports events to this country, and this being one of the important facilities, it is quite timely that we concentrate in building this sports hotel by the south side of the complex, which should have at least 500 rooms. Then again, on the question of the tiers where the spectators can watch any event, because I know some of our famous schools, cricket, the rugby events and other matches have been played in this particular sports complex. We noticed that there is only about room for about 12,000 people to sit and watch events. If you allow people to stand, you can watch, about 20,000 people can watch events in this complex. It is time that we renovate this, because already they have just put up the tiers on top of earth mounds without any room for restroom facilities and changing room facilities for sportsmen. And it is unfortunate that such a large complex has been built without the necessary restrooms and other facilities under the tiers where the spectators watch sports events that are conducted. So it is, if we are to host an international event, all these shortcomings will prevent the international bodies granting us permission to conduct an international track and field event or any other sports event because of the lack of restroom facilities and changing room facilities for sportsmen. And there is enough room. They just put up tiers on top of earth mounds and have built this stadium. Of course, late President Premadasa must be congratulated for at least having thought about building such a massive complex, but it is not, if we are to host.
Mike.
We have now already done all the plans to develop it to 40,000 spectators, and especially the hotel. We are going to accommodate 400 or 500 odd athletes to be, have all the facilities in the hostel as well. So it is going to be.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, similarly, as the Honourable Minister promised, I think he must start building, even if it is not to this level, at least some miniature stadiums in, because 400-meter, track events cannot be conducted in many school grounds in the provinces. So it's time that at least each province has a 400-meter track and field track available in main cities in the country. And therefore, we have, but then sometimes our the country, the distance to travel and to conduct these events, and there are several schools. We have more than 10,000 schools. Every school has to conduct their sports activities. It's very, very difficult for us to find. And in fact, I must say, from the eastern province, we have produced many national champions. Recently from Pottuvil, a boy called Rajas Khan won national honors, and he has joined the army because he cannot, get better facilities elsewhere. These boys are joining the forces or the army in order to get further training. So it's, if we have proper facilities in the outstation areas, it would help to build up our track and field sports, particularly since we have brought, as I told you, after cricket, it is the track and field sports that have brought some recognition to the country. Now, having said that, I must also try and say that this Sugathadasa Sports Complex not only manages that complex alone. It is in charge of Bogambara, Digana, and in Matara, Beliyatta. Also, the Premadasa cricket ground is owned by the Sugathadasa Sports Complex. I am told that the Sri Lanka cricket is paying a very small lease, 250,000 rupees. I think it's hardly enough because you are earning a lot of money. At least 1 million, if you can pay, it can go towards maintaining the sport complexes elsewhere. Cricket is a very rich sport these days, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
Sri Lanka spent 1.2 billion to repair that recently. Government never financed that.
Maybe, but what I'm saying is, 1 million is peanuts.
1.2
Sri Lanka
billion.
cricket when it comes to earning, your television rights and various other areas. We have ways of making money, but the spectatorship is not available for track and field events, particularly for local track and field events, even regional track and field events. So it is only rarely that we get an international event. I don't think in recent past we have ever had one. I am sure the Honourable Minister during his tenure will look into the possibility of upgrading. I am glad that he is now trying to build a sports hotel and to improve the rest of the facilities in this complex, and it will help us to bring in some international events to the country to be hosted there. Mr. Deputy Speaker,
You only had 10 minutes, you ran for 9.5 minutes now.
no, I would quickly conclude by just saying a few words about the Ceylon German technical. No. Now coming to about the playground facility in Pottuvil, we need a playground. We have acquired, we have sought to acquire land in extent about 14 acres from the Forest Department. We need a few more, few more acres of land. And I'm sure the Honourable Minister will assist us to get that land allocated in order to build up and complete the sports playground that for the Pottuvil area. As I told you, Pottuvil has produced recently some good track and field sportsmen in the recent past, and therefore the need for a proper playground with the 400-meter track is an utmost necessity. There are various other facilities that are now being done, since the Deputy Minister of Sports is also from my party, the Santhangkerni ground in Kalmunai, the Addalachenai playground, and many other areas. And I've by urging the Minister to look into those matters. I must also say, regarding the Ceylon German Technical Training Institute, recently we undertook a trip along with the Speaker. Party leaders went to Germany, and we made a specific request from the German government to consider giving us the similar facilities to be established in other parts of the country, particularly at least to 8 other provinces. Already they got one in Kilinochchi now. The rest of the provinces, including the Eastern Province and the Central Province, to have Ceylon German Technical Training Institute. With those comments, Mr. Deputy Speaker, I conclude my remarks. Thank you.